Okay, so well, I would say that we can start by briefly introducing ourselves. Um, so, well, you guys already know me. David, we'll go from left to right in the Zoom list here. And David, if you could also tell the guys a bit about yourself. David, can you hear me? Your microphone is muted. Okay, David, I will unmute your microphone. It seems that I cannot, and David got disconnected. Okay, Shadi, if you could continue, please.
Yes, of course. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Well, I hope you are greeting well. My name is Shazlah. I am from Egypt. Yes, I am a software engineer. Yes, that's a short brief about myself.
Cool. There was a bit of an interruption there. You said that you're a software engineer, and then that's
Yes.
all about myself. So I don't know what you said because there was a bit of an interruption.
Sorry, I am in transportation and I have a great noise. So are you listening to me? Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you, but it was just the part after I'm a software engineer that
Yes.
there was a disconnection, an interruption there, and if you can repeat the part after that.
Okay, I just said I am 25 years old, okay, and I'm from Egypt.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all.
Sure. Thank you, Shadi. Okay, and
Yes,
Nathan?
you're welcome.
Yes, everyone. Hello. I'm Nathan from the Philippines. I cater to outsourcing, so I also do administration in Linux and also create websites. And my interests are into financial applications.
Cool. Okay, thank you, Nathan. And Harkirat?
Hi, Adam. Hi, everyone. Akirat here. I'm from India, New Delhi, and I do freelancing and open source development. And my interests are into artificial intelligence and machine learning applications.
Cool. Okay, thank you, Harkirat. Okay, so well, I would say that we can talk a bit about what happened since our last team call, and I will start with well what happened on my side. So actually, for the entire team in Egypt, we have this connection with the CEO of a company called Talents Arena. It's a recruitment company. And one of our mentors, who is actually from Bangladesh, initially got in touch with this person. And Talents Arena is running a number of social responsibility programs in Egypt and well, in other countries as well. They are collaborating with some humanitarian organizations, charitable organizations. And yes, she was excited about the fact that we have like almost 30 mentors in Egypt, most of whom are from Cairo and Alexandria as well. And she had told us, and this happened like almost months ago, she had told us that she could connect our mentors with underprivileged young people from, well, starting from 3 charitable organizations. And then we could expand this even more. So yeah, she said that we could start a pilot mentoring program in Cairo in the Nile University, and we were just waiting for the green light from her. And well, she just gave us like 2 weeks ago, I think, the green light for starting this. Well, the mentoring program will actually start in mid-January, but yes, it's great that we have a date, and the mentors who are from Cairo can already go there in January, which is great. Okay, so this is in Egypt, and well, Aya, this person from Talents Arena, also sent us a curriculum that is basically their preferred curriculum for teaching programming. And yes, we also have like a very clear path for this. Okay, then in Uganda, well, we had started with the one student in Educate Uganda, which is not a very large organization, but they still have like a few tens of thousands of students that they are doing, you know, their own educational activities with. And in Educate Uganda, we had started with only one student, whom you know, after he did our training, our initial training, he became comfortable with the mental process, goal steps, and the relaxation method. I had connected him with a professional programmer from Kampala, the capital of Uganda, and he started teaching him programming. And then at some point, well, our student also wanted to teach the same, you know, mental process, goal steps, the relaxation method to other students and mentors from Educate Uganda. So he started doing this with the approval of the management of the organization. And more recently, the management also decided to include this initial training that we do in their own curriculum, so that it would reach all their students in a more structured way starting from the next school year, which is great. And for this, well, I had done our training with the person from Educate Uganda who designs their own training training programs. So yeah, this person completed our training, but unfortunately he had to leave Educate at the end of last month, which, well, makes it a bit problematic to start implementing our to start including our training in their curriculum from January as was initially planned. But well, hopefully you know, we will find a solution together with the management of the organization to push this forward. I've already had an email exchange with the person who has replaced the one that I've mentioned, and we will get in touch in January. And yes, hopefully we'll have enough time to train the other participants, which would be like the program coordinators, region officers, program officers. So yes, hopefully we'll be able to create a plan so that this can be passed on to all the students of Educate, even from next year. Okay, so this is in Educate Uganda. And then I've also gotten in touch with someone from Care International in Bangladesh, and that person said that, you know, they would be very interested in collaborating with us, and we are trying to find, you know, a good day and time for arranging a call. And we have like almost 50 mentors in Bangladesh right now. We were also in talks with BRAC there, which is well, it's as an organization, it has been rated as being the #1 NGO in the world for a few years now. And it would have been great to start there, and we were also very, very close to starting there. One of our mentors from Bangladesh did a few demos there, and they liked them, but our contact person also had to leave. So, you know, this always seems to be a problem. The contact persons that we have in various organizations, they have to leave at some point. So yeah, now we have a new contact person, and the communication seems to be a bit more difficult because well, we've tried. She had only replied to one of our emails so far, and we followed up after that, but we didn't receive any more replies. So yeah, we'll have to see what else can be done. So yes, things take a bit of time in some organizations, but it is what it is. You know, the important thing in the end for us is to be able to replicate what is happening in Educate Uganda, where, like I said, we have started with only one student, and that student became a mentor himself for other mentors and students from their organization. And now we are at this point where they want to include our training in their curriculum, so that it can reach like all the thousands and tens of thousands of children and young people that they are already doing their educational activities with. So yeah, the more humanitarian organizations and charitable organizations we can implement this our mentoring model in this way, the better it is. Okay, so yes, this is pretty much all from my side, what happened since our last team call. And I will again go from left to right. So I will start again with you, Shadi. And I don't remember, you are from Cairo, if I remember correctly. Is that correct?
Exactly, I'm from Cairo.
Okay, so you are waiting for the start of the pilot mentoring program in the Nile University.
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. So yes, we will just get the final the final green light, let's say, from Maya in mid-January. She should let us know also in the Egypt channel of our Discord server. So yes, it's just a question of waiting until mid-January for this. Cool. If there was anything else interesting that happened since you had completed the training?
Yes, just I have a question for you, please.
Sure.
Okay, I think you said to us after 2 months we should help our students to show them how they can create or build a web application or mobile application. But I think in the material that Aya sent to us in Egypt group, I think it's a great as a basics or as a overview for computer science in general. But I think these materials couldn't help us to show them that for them, you know. So I just asking you about that. We will we should prepare a documentation or material for that, or Aya will generate a material for us for that.
So you mean a documentation for helping our students like get a job as web developers, for example, or as mobile developers?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Sure. So for this, yes, I've also noticed that like, you know, it's all about programming in C basically in those materials that I sent, which is still great. You know, these are the basics in the end. But what we can do, so when you guys talk with the students, you can, and sorry, Shadi, in the meantime, if you could again please mute your microphone because there's quite a lot of background noise. And okay, thank you. Okay, so I was saying that when you talk with the students, and the image seems to be stuck. I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Okay, cool. So now it's unstuck. Okay, so I was saying that when you talk with the students, you will still agree with them on a goal, first of all. And if, for example, are you working as a web developer or mobile developer, or what area of programming are you covering?
Yes, I am full stack developer.
A full stack
developer or Android developer, no problem. Yes.
Okay, cool. So if what you could do is to present to them what it means to be a full stack developer or a mobile developer. You know, you show them a bit of things that that, you know, a full stack developer does or a mobile developer does, and then they can choose either one of these areas, or they might already have an interest in some other area. But if, for example, they decided, okay, I would also like to be a full stack developer, then this is a very clear goal. Like, you know, you can tell them, okay, so from now on, the goal that we will think of is that moment in the future when you will work as a full stack developer in a company. And you can also tell them, you know, the kind of salary that they could have in order to make this goal even more specific. Okay, and after that, well, the first thing that I would recommend to do is to teach them the relaxation method, because you know, while planning and while taking steps towards this goal, they will encounter, you know, various negative states, and they should know, like, right from the start what they should do whenever they get into this negative state. So you teach them the steps of the relaxation method. Then, very importantly, as I've learned the hard way, you know, after you explain to them the steps of the relaxation method, it's very important to ask them to repeat back to you what they've understood and what they remember, so that you can make corrections. And once the steps of the relaxation method are clear, then you know, the adventure towards this goal can start, basically. And I actually like to use a lot this word adventure, because they seem to be fond of it. And it also makes it easier for them to understand that there will be obstacles, and there will be these negative states, right? They will get frustrated and angry and bored and confused and so on. And it's very important to relax in those moments. Okay, so yeah, after, you know, the steps of the relaxation method are clear, the adventure can start. And the adventure means that you think together with them, like what could they do in order to reach this goal of becoming a full stack developer. And you give them some ideas, not all the ideas that you have in mind, right? Because we want them to come up with some ideas of their own, which, you know, in the beginning, they won't come up with too many ideas, maybe none, like the first 1, 2, 3 times. But gradually, they will start coming up with more and more ideas. And, you know, you combine these ideas and you devise like, you know, clearer and clearer plan in this way. And then in the remaining time for each of these sessions, you take some steps together with them according to the plan that you've devised together. And well, since, you know, IA is conducting this program, you can include like some of the materials that she sent, but at the same time, you can also add ideas which are specific, ideas for steps which are specific for the particular goal that you've set, right? In the case of becoming a full stack developer, then you can include you know, steps related to well, the programming language that you want to teach them, then you know, the frameworks that you want to teach them, and the REST APIs and databases and all this stuff. So you can add these steps to the curriculum that I have provided. So you will still follow that curriculum, but you can also include, you know, steps which are specific to the goal that you set with them. So yeah, this is how I would say that, you know, we can go like the way that I have proposed, and at the same time move towards the goal that you know, you are agreeing with the students.
Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Cool. And if there was anything else that you wanted to add or ask me about this?
No, thank you.
Cool, sure, you're welcome. Cool. Okay, and Nathan, okay, so Nathan, from what I remember, you were telling me about the fact that together with your team, I think you wanted to start mentoring in a certain organization. Like, did you manage to do anything on that side?
Yes, Edmund. Because of the current situation that we have, the earthquake, so most of the time was spent there. Probably by January, around January, I could start again.
Okay, I understand. Yes, so I just remember now that you were mentioning the earthquakes. So sorry to hear about that. I hope, you know, things are more stable now. Okay, and I also remember that you were asking me about some PowerPoint slides for
yes.
initial training. Yeah, so what I actually prepared, because I thought at some point, you know, how these slides could be built, but I think it would be a bit difficult because there are, you know, quite a few explanations for both the relaxation method and the mental process goal steps. So what I did instead, at least for now, was that I prepared 2 separate PDFs, one for the relaxation method, one for the mental process goal steps. And yes, I could send these PDFs to you if you want. And then, well, if you know, I find a good way for building a PowerPoint presentation as well, I will send that to you as well. But for now, I would say that you know, these PDFs are actually quite clear. They are well divided in sections, you know, for the details of the relaxation method, details of the mental process goal steps, and I would say that they are quite easy to follow. So yes, if you want, I can send you these PDFs.
Yes, appreciate it. You send it.
Cool, sure. Okay, and if there was anything else that you wanted to add, Nathan?
None for now. That'll be all for now.
Cool. Okay, thanks. And David, can you hear me?
Yes, Edmund, can you hear you? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. I saw that you got disconnected at some point, I think, and then you reconnected. Cool. So I wanted to ask you as well, David, if well, during the last few months, if you were able to connect with a voluntary organization and to start mentoring somewhere.
So I managed to communicate with Plan Ethiopia and Save the Children. In both of them, I received a positive.
Okay, David, I lost you. I cannot hear you anymore.
Feedback, but the progress is very clear. So, hear me?
Your connection is breaking off quite badly.
Yeah, the connection is not good, I think.
Okay, I think it's better now. So you said that you received positive replies. This is the last thing I heard from both Plan International and from Save the Children. Okay, and did they also say when you could start or when it would be possible to do this mentoring there? Sorry, David, I cannot hear you. No. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I have to mute your microphone. Whoa.
It's like this. I communicate with the administration, so the administration.
Okay, so the microphone was muted now. I had pressed the mute button. So sorry, David, I cannot hear anymore, and your connection is really, really bad. I don't know if you can type in the chat because, well, you know, like a few words are audible, and then it's the connection breaks off, and the sound is very, very bad. Yes, I would just kindly ask you if you could write in the chat if it's possible. Okay, so moving on, Ray. Okay, I saw that you've joined us like 10 minutes ago. So can you hear me well, Ray? Hello, Ray. Okay, Ray, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, so yes, maybe the connection is problematic for Ray as well. Cool. So, well, since we are having these connection issues, guys, if there was anything else that you wanted to add or that you wanted to discuss, ask me. Okay, cool. So in this case, David, I don't know if you're trying to continue saying what you wanted to say, but your connection was very, very problematic. And like I said, the few words were audible, and then the connection was breaking off very badly and the sound was bad. So we can, okay, perfect. Yes, this is what I wanted to say as well, that we can connect via email. Okay, so well, I would say that we can wrap our discussion up here, and we'll keep in touch. We'll you know, until the next team call, we can discuss on Discord, and hopefully, well, the mentoring program can start. The pilot mentoring program can start in Egypt, and then well, in the other places that I've mentioned, hopefully, you know, we can establish some connections there as well. So yes, we can continue these discussions on our Discord server. Until next time. Cool. Thank you, guys, and have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.